Hey everyone, and welcome. When most people think about software testing, they probably picture someone just clicking around, trying to break things. But today, we're going to pull back that curtain and show you why it's a real engineering discipline with its own core principles. So, what we're doing here is basically giving you a crash course. We've taken the first 5 foundational modules from our very own Skill-Wanderer Dojo, and we've distilled hours of learning into the absolute core concepts you need to know to get started. So let's just dive right in. What is software testing really? I mean, sure, finding bugs is part of it, but that's just scratching the surface. The reality is so much deeper than that. Let's break down what that actually means. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to redefine testing. It's more than just a bug hunt. Then we'll talk about why errors are basically inevitable. After that, the huge business cost of those errors, the classic battle of human versus machine, and finally, how to look at testing from every possible angle. All right, first up, let's get this straight. Testing is about so much more than finding bugs. It's really about making a mental shift, from just checking boxes to some serious critical thinking. I mean, the official definition really says it all. We're not just looking for defects. Our real job is to reduce the risk of a bad product going out the door, and, just as importantly, to give everyone, the business, the users, the whole team, confidence that this thing actually works. And that brings us to a super important distinction, the difference between checking and testing. See, checking is robotic. It's following a script, confirming that yes, the light turns on when you flip the switch. But testing is an investigation. It's creative. It's analytical. It's where a human asks, okay, but what if I flip the switch 1,000 times? What if I do it during a power surge? That's where the real value is. Okay, on to our second point, the inevitability of error. Sounds a little dramatic, I know, but if you want to get good at finding bugs, you first have to understand why they're going to show up in the first place. I absolutely love this quote because it just cuts right to the truth. The goal isn't to create perfect 100% bug-free software. That's basically impossible. The real goal is to find and manage the bugs so we can protect the user and, of course, the business. And this list shows you exactly why. Bugs are rarely just bad coding. Nope, they are the natural result of a super complex process. You've got humans who make mistakes. You've got unclear instructions. You've got insane complexity. And you're always short on time. Honestly, every single assumption you make about how a user will behave is a potential bug just waiting to happen. So, if bugs are bound to happen, why is it so critical to find them early? Well, that brings us to our third topic, the high cost of failure. This is what happens when bugs escape into the wild, into production. Think about it like this. When you find a bug early, while the software is still being built, it's a pretty small technical issue. A developer can fix it, usually pretty quickly, and nobody outside the team even knows it happened. But the second that very same bug makes it out to your customers, it completely transforms. It's not just a little code issue anymore. It's a full-blown business crisis. We're talking lost money, a damaged reputation, and a lot of very angry customers. And the financial impact? Oh, it is staggering. A bug that would cost you maybe $1 to fix in the planning phase can cost 100 times that amount to fix once it's live. And that's because you're not just paying a developer anymore. Now you're paying for emergency support, for customer refunds, for PR damage control. All of it. Testing isn't a cost. It's high ROI insurance. This all leads us to that classic debate you always hear about, human versus machine. So let's clear up the difference between manual testing and automation. Let's break it down side by side. Manual testing is all about being flexible, creative, and exploratory. Its whole purpose is to discover brand new bugs nobody thought of. Automation, on the other hand, is rigid, it's predefined, it's repetitive. Its main job is to find regressions, to make sure that the feature you just added didn't accidentally break something that used to work fine. So if you remember one thing, let it be this. Automation checks. Humans test. Automation is fantastic at checking things we already know about, but only a human can truly test by exploring, by using their intuition, by asking questions a script would never, ever think of. You simply can't automate creativity. All right, for our final section, let's talk about perspective. We're going to cover how to test from every possible angle using what we call the black, white, and gray box models. Here's an easy way to think about it. Black box testing is you acting like a normal user. You're on the outside looking in, with zero idea how the code works. White box is the complete opposite. You're the developer with the hood open, looking at all the wires and testing the internal logic. And gray box? Well, that's the sweet spot in the middle, where you have some partial knowledge, like maybe access to a database that helps you test smarter. And for anyone just starting out in manual testing, this is really, really important. You are almost certainly going to begin your career doing black box testing, focusing purely on the user experience. As you learn more about the system, you'll naturally grow into a gray box tester. So don't worry, you do not need to know how to code on day one. Okay, so let's tie this all together. What did we learn? 1. Testing is a thinking skill, not just a bug hunt. 2. Bugs are going to happen. Your job is to reduce risk, not point fingers. 3. Bugs that reach customers are crazy expensive. Your work is literally high-return insurance. 4. Manual testing finds new problems, while automation prevents old problems from coming back. And 5. You start your journey by focusing on the most important person of all, the user. Ultimately, everything we have talked about today, every single point, really just boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. Investing in quality upfront is always cheaper than dealing with the absolute chaos of a system failing in front of your customers. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. A tester isn't just someone who finds bugs. They are the gatekeeper. They are the person standing between a simple technical problem and a potential business disaster. They are the advocate for the user and the protector of the company's reputation. So the real question is, are you ready to be that gatekeeper?